Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for coming out on this, actually, I think it's very beautiful but chilly fall morning. And welcome to you who are joining us from afar. We're glad you're joining us, and we hope you enjoy the service as much as those here in the room. Right now, we have a wonderful opportunity to have some song with these fine folk. So why don't we take it away?
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. We're going to start off with a song, Staying on Spirit. If you're in person with us and you want to stand up and clap along, let's sing into this beautiful day together. 1, 2, ready. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind staying on Spirit. Oh yes, we're walking and talking with my mind staying on Spirit. Walking and talking with my mind staying on Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You can't blame your neighbor. You can't blame your neighbor with your mind staying on Spirit. You can't blame your neighbor with your mind staying on Spirit. Oh no, you can't blame your neighbor with your mind staying on Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, I woke up. Let's sing it out. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind staying on Spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. One more time. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, good morning, everyone. Take a minute to greet some of those neighbors out there. Place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome if there are kiddos here today, we've got a children's program. If you are here, you got a young one, please come on up to the stage. We've got our teachers here. They're making their way up, and then we're going to sing them off to their class. Looks like they're bundled up and ready for the wilderness, which is good. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Sing hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race. Have a great class.
Good morning, hooray, hooray. Thanks for being here, thanks for being there as well. And let me start off with an opening invocation. So know with me that there is one amazing spirit, one amazing love, one amazing life. And I recognize that I am spirit, that I am this life. And with that, I am living a perfect spiritual life, and so are you. So I am open, I am awake, and I am aware. And I open my heart, my eyes, my senses to today's talk and embrace the wisdom that is being shared and embrace the knowing that is being given. So welcome to this morning. Hooray for this world, hooray for this moment. And so it is.
To perfection, all of me beautiful and sacred, all of me a wonder, expression of the infinite, all of me pure light divine, all of me designed to perfection, all of me designed to perfection, all of me beautiful and sacred, all of me expression of the infinite, all of me pure light divine, all is love, all is love, all is light, all is love, light divine. Well, thanks so much for singing with us this morning. I feel like this song comes around for me every election season. And it's an anthem of sorts that I wrote in 2018 when some things were going on and in the world and in our country. And I wrote this song just as a balm for my own heart when things feel chaotic or uncertain, and especially when we get into the political edginess that we all feel, despite where you are on any of the spectrum with politics. It's like we all feel it collectively. In this song, the chorus is, "We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are whole. This light burns brighter than ever before." Feel free to sing that with us as we get rolling with this one. Liberate my soul. These times have left me shaken. Faith take a stronger hold. I'm ready to awaken. Release all that was. This heavy weight no longer serves me. Listen and take notice. One voice clearly speaking. We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are whole. This light burns brighter than ever before. We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are whole. This light burns brighter than ever before. Breathe into the shadows, courage be among us. Find sanctuary, illuminate the masses. Lighten every step, let fear no longer lead. Lift up our gaze and know that we are free. Breathe into the shadows, courage be among us. Find sanctuary, illuminate the masses. Lighten every step, let fear no longer lead. Lift up our gaze and know that we are free. We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are whole. This light burns brighter than ever before. We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are whole. This light burns brighter than ever before. Breathe into the shadows, courage be among us. Find sanctuary, illuminate the masses. Lighten every step, let fear no longer lead. Lift up our gaze and know that we are free. Breathe into the shadows, courage be among us. Find sanctuary, illuminate the masses. Lighten every step, let fear no longer lead. Lift up our gaze and know that we are free. Liberate my soul. These times have left me shaken. Faith take a stronger hold. I'm ready to awaken. Release all that was. This heavy weight no longer serves me. Listen and take notice. One voice clearly speaking. We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are light burns brighter than ever before. We are sacred, we are safe. May peace forever be an offering. We are holy, we are whole. This light burns brighter than ever before. Thank you. Please sing this with us. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Hey, hey. Lock their doors, build the fences so high. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Don't see what's to discover on the other side. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Borders round countries, borders round skies. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Only border close you in is the border of your mind. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Hey, 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 hey. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove. Let's sing that together. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in.
Thank you. And of course, it has to do with what I'm going to talk about. So this is a new month, and the topic for the month is the field of awakening. And if you've been listening for any length of time, you know that I have something of a fascination with spiritual enlightenment. Probably you do too, or you wouldn't be sitting here, right? And so the field of awakening has to do with that place that so many people who have achieved some form of illumination speak about. And they often talk about it like a field or a place beyond where the duality of the world doesn't exist. And so all month what I'd like to do is talk about different aspects of that illumination and some of the stories from different people. What's true for me right now is that I really, truly believe more than anything that the world is in need of spiritual perspective. The universal core teachings of spirituality, of generosity and virtue, loving kindness, unity, wisdom, all the great teachings of all the wisdom traditions. For one thing, they're nonpartisan. They can be used any which way by whoever who is engaged with those core virtues. But they also have a radical and positive effect on the polarization that is caused by fear, anger, and pride. And those emotions show up in sacred humans all the time and have for millennia. And so to find ground where those polarizing effects, fear, anger, and pride, no longer operate is a very powerful opportunity for all of us. But to get there is the question that most of us have. And through the years, many of us have, done all kinds of things to get to that point. I was a child during the 60s. And so, I was sort of laterally aware that there was a whole thing going on that included all kinds of psychedelics and the opening of consciousness. And I think I was 17 when I read Ram Dass's Be Here Now. Any of you? Yeah. And so it was life-changing. That era was life-changing for me and for many people, even though I was kind of at the tag end of it. And one of the reasons it was life-changing is people were beginning to report that there was a way to live that was different and that it could be based on love and kindness and generosity and compassion rather than other motivations and urges. And so what I thought I would talk about today is one of the first of the things that in all my studies, and believe me, I've been studying for decades about spiritual enlightenment and illumination. So one of the first things that's really evident with many of the people who have attained different states, maybe you, because enlightenment seems to imply in the general way of thinking about it a permanent state. And yet my own understanding from all this study and from my own experience is that all of us have brief flashes of what in the East they call satori, instant moments of illumination where all of a sudden everything comes into a different focus. And in that light, things are much, much more bright. So whether you've had those or not, or now that you're thinking about it, you remember them, one of the very first things that most folks who have attained enlightenment, I would almost say all, practice is what I would call awakened effort. I decided I'd start with this one first because it doesn't sound very fun. The other ones are a little funner. Awakened effort sounds like work, and you know what? You're right. It is. So awakened effort, it's a certain kind of effort, though, and so to maybe bring your mind back to wanting to hear about this, I brought you one of my favorite quotes from Rumi. It's one that I often use in wedding ceremonies. He said, so many, many generations ago, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So that's the awakened effort I'm talking about, is the kind of effort that recognizes that there's something inherent, something resident that we may not be able to touch in our present armored state, but it's there nonetheless. And as we work with it, we can begin to strip away the defenses and the misunderstandings, the places where we haven't yet reached forgiveness, all that, to find the love that is at the core of what I believe every sacred human is. And so awakened effort it always starts with self. And I've had people say to me over the years, well, this is very selfish and self-involved. Clearly they have not had Satori yet, but I can understand why someone would see it that way. You know, with so many of the world's challenges before us in ever heightened ways, it would seem like an exercise in futility to simply work on self and not work on what we could do to solve the world's challenges, right? Are you with me there? Okay. So, first of all, it's not either or. It's and both. But what I know from personal experience, and maybe you do too, is that I cannot offer what I do not have. And I have stood on way too many peaceful rally lines where people were not peaceful and didn't have it to offer. Their heart certainly was in the right place, but the work hadn't been done. And so for me, it's an and both. It's like, well, we have to work on the places inside of ourselves that need to be transformed. And so one of the greatest philosophers in recent times was a French philosopher named Albert Camus. And he has a lot of incredible quotes, but for today, one of the ones that applies that I thought for me has really carried weight. He said, we carry within us the places of exile, our crimes, our ravages. Our task is not to unleash them on the world. It is to transform them in ourselves. So my teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, was a student of this. Vietnam was occupied by France in many of its occupations, and so he was very familiar with Albert Camus and his writings. And so when he went to the Sea of Siam to try to help with the refugee boats that were fleeing Cambodia, one of the things he saw in that effort, and I took it out of many of his writings, he said, when the crowded refugee boats met with storms or pirates, if everyone panicked, all would be lost. But if even one person stayed calm, it was enough. They showed the way for everyone to survive. And so awakened effort is the work that we do within ourselves to transform those things that are still with us, that are operating from us, that lead us into anger, fear, and pride. And as we work them, what begins to happen, and I know many of you experience this, is there is, for lack of a better word, stability in the self. There's a groundedness that happens, which Zena and I have been talking about all year. The whole theme for the year is grounded in spirit for a reason. Because my understanding is for us to move out of what has been in the last few years and move into an awakened state as a society and a world, it's going to take a lot of us being deeply grounded in the love that we are and able to access that, not just as an intellectual exercise. Oh, I practice loving kindness. No, I mean like doing it, being it, showing it in the world. That's what it's going to take, in my view. And in the current climate, that may seem ridiculous. And so I wanted to bring this idea to you today because it's easy to become entangled in bitterness and cynicism. There's a lot wrong going on right now, a lot. And in order for us to face it and lift it into something different, we all, not only as individuals, but as communities of people of like mind, need to practice. We need to practice. And to do that means that we work diligently, and I know you're going to know what I'm saying next, but daily, with what? Spiritual practice. Good students. But what does that mean? What does that actually mean? And how do you attain the groundedness that I'm talking about that will allow all of us to weather the storms of eco-grief and political unrest and all else that goes on? How do we do that? How do we be that? And so spiritual practice really means something deeply individual for each of us. It allows us to join together as a community of people in practice, but each of us has to find our own way. And so for me, through the decades of spiritual practice, I've been good at it and bad at it. I've found things that really work for me, and then things would happen in my life and they no longer worked. I've used meditation consistently, prayer always, but not the kind of prayer that I was taught as an Episcopalian, although those are lovely words. They didn't reach into me and touch the place that connected me so deeply with spirit that I would weep. And that's the kind of prayer that I do now. And it's based on the prayers that I've learned through the science of mind, but it's also based on prayers from the world. It's based on the loving kindness meditation that when I take it to heart, touches my heart. And that's what we're looking for, is we're looking for the place that removes a barrier. And spiritual practices of all sorts do that. I can remember the very first spiritual practice beyond prayer that I learned. I had just had my first baby, and I was solely nursing, and it was quite all-consuming. And I wasn't used to having to give my whole life to somebody else, and I was grumpy. And so my husband said, well, what would you like? And I said, could I just go and learn Tai Chi? It's a 45-minute class. It happens twice a week. Can you manage to have the baby for 45 minutes twice a week? Yes, I can do that. Okay. So I went and I took my first Tai Chi class, and it was transformative. I took my second Tai Chi class, and it was incredible. I took my third Tai Chi class, and I heard a baby coming up the walk crying. And that was that for Tai Chi for a while. But in that brief illumination of a practice like that, I realized, well, here too is spirit. Here too is the essence of love, incarnated in a different moving form. And so I don't know what it is for you, but I do know that exploration is really critical, and that groundedness is what we all need to be right now. We need to be the person in the boat that sits down instead of panicking. We need to be the person that shows the way for other people, how to be love in action in the face of things that are not. And we need to be the people that hold a higher watch, a higher vision for what's possible for all of us. Because if we all sink down into the level of tit for tat and bitter rivalry, we're condemned to live the life of our ancestors. And I really think we're ready for something new. I think we can be better iterations of the best qualities of those ancestors. And I think they're lined up behind us. If you think about it, you could probably see them lined up all the way back. And there's every once in a while, one of them leans out and says, go, do it, do it. You can be the love. You can be the place where change happens. It doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't have to be how it's been. I feel them back there sometimes. And every once in a while, I feel like my own children and grandchildren are part of the lineage that makes it so important that I be the one that I can be in this life. So, for me, it's not selfish or self-serving to do the work personally. I was reminded of this last night. I've been very, very sick, and so I haven't done anything much for over a week. And so I really don't watch television or movies or anything very much, because so much of it, whether it's recognized or not, is violent. And so I tend not to expose my consciousness to that. So last night we reached out to one of the daughters who has a Netflix thing, and she hooked us up with Netflix. I know that sounds ridiculous, but And so I safely scrolled down to the documentaries, past the thrillers and the cold-blooded whatevers, and then began to slide through the documentaries till we found Michael Pollan. Michael Pollan, who wrote The Omnivore's Dilemma. Michael Pollan, who has taught so much of the world about how to use plants for the benefit of being, who now has a series based on his new book on plant medicine. And so we watched 2 of those episodes of plant medicine. And, because I used to be a marriage and family therapist and I've been a minister for a long time, I'll tell you what jumped out at me. In both of those series, the plant medicine took people to the place where they were stuck. Sometimes it was in the womb. Sometimes it was the death of a child in their class. But in every case, there was a taking them to that place and healing it. And what everyone who went through that experience and was willing to talk about it said was they were in a new life. Now, I'm not advocating plant medicine for everyone. That's not the purpose of my talking. But, the work that we're doing is that work. The work spiritually to uncover the things that have held us back, that have created a barrier between the essence of love and us, have to do with the things in our own history where we got stopped, we got stuck, we got overwhelmed. And for each of us, that's different too. And so you have to do your own work. And you don't have to go to a therapist. This is not an ad for MFTs or social workers, but rather to encourage those of us who are ready for spiritual illumination to consider that spiritual practices and allowing those practices to work open the places that have been long shut is not only beneficial for the self, it will transform society. And so I'll do a prayer for that, and then we'll move on along. Awakened effort. Here and now in this moment, I remember and realize that there is the core of everything, not just sacred humans, but every piece and part of the known and the unknown is made up of this divine spiritual essence. Call it what you will, I call it love. And that this love, not the namby-pamby Valentine card kind of love, but the love that creates all things, that love is still fully present, flowing through me, flowing through you, flowing in us all. And it has but one agenda, and that is to be expressed more and more fully through each of us and through all that it is. And so as I remember that, I find a new determination to practice diligently on a daily basis. To remember not only that love, but to live in it, to feel it, to be it, and more to allow it to express fully through me. I know that as I allow that love to express, I will be called into action again and again. I will find ways that love seeks to express by means of me that terrify me initially. I know that because that's happened. But I refuse to be terrified. Instead, I trust. I lean in to that call. I allow it to work me and to work through me and to work in the world in ways that are healing, kind, filled with generosity. And I am transformed and become a piece of transformation unfolding this world. For this, I'm deeply grateful. Will you say with me? And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Our ushers, our beautiful ushers, are in the back and they're preparing for the offertory. And I thank you ahead of time for any gifts that you can give to the center. And we see some of our board members heading over to the Ask Me desk. If you are new with us, we would invite you to visit them back there. If you have any questions about the center or any of the things you've heard, they can help you. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on in a moment. Right now, let's hear some more beautiful music.
I am open to receive all the good that is from me. I am open to receive perfect love and harmony. I am open to receive abundance and prosperity. I am open to receive all the good that is from me. Let's sing that together. I am open to receive all the good that is from me. I am open to receive perfect love and harmony. I am open to receive abundance and prosperity. I am open to receive all the good that is from me. One more time. I am open to receive all the good that is from me. I am open to receive perfect love and harmony. I am open to receive abundance and prosperity. I am open to receive all the good that is from me. I am open to receive all the good that is for me.
I'm not sure if you do this, but every daylight saving times that ends, I'm watching the walk to see who's going to come up right about now. You guys did good. So you have a ukulele 2 class that's starting. Do you want to talk about that?
That's true. If you are wanting to get in on the very last chance before the new year to get in on some ukulele skill building. If you have any experience, this is a level 2 class, but you don't have to have a ton of experience. But if you have played an instrument before, a stringed instrument, or the ukulele, you know about 4 chords, your basic 4 chords, and can do a bit of strumming, you're welcome to join us on Tuesday nights beginning this week, Tuesdays from 7 to about 7:50 here in the sanctuary. And if you're interested, you can... I don't think I have a sign up at the Ask Me desk, but you're welcome to come see me right after service or send an email to bellinghamcslmusic@gmail.com.
Great, thank you. Right after the service, just in a few moments, we have an interesting conversation we want to invite you in if you have time. We were talking about in the Earth Stewards group how we all have adjusted ourselves with awareness that some of our holiday traditions maybe needed to be upgraded or up-leveled. We didn't want to get rid of them all, but on the other hand, we became aware that, things could probably be done in a more earth-friendly manner. And so we wanted to invite you into a conversation here in the sanctuary. We brought some apple cider because, maybe you'd like a little apple cider while we're chatting, and to talk about what you've done or to hear about what other people have done to help the earth and still celebrate in a wonderful way. So that's happening right after the service. Probably, I'm thinking up here, you guys? Yeah. And so we'll create a circle, and hopefully you'll be interested in coming. The men's group is meeting next Sunday at noon, and it is an integrated service, not a class, but a group. Philip is in charge of it. And so what integrated means is Zoom as well as in person, and we would love you to join him and have the opportunity to talk deeply about how to live in this world as a spiritual male. We also have a list of upcoming events and classes on our website, so if you have any questions about any of them, you can go there and find lots of information. Next week we start something that, because some of you are brand new, I wanted to let you know about so that you know what's happening. So once a year, for 4 weeks, we talk about money, and then the rest of the year we don't. I kind of like that, don't you? I've been in lots of congregations where it feels like you're being bludgeoned and asked for money for everything all the time, and we don't do that here. We are grateful for the donations that you give. You may have noticed that. Deeply grateful. So for 4 weeks, what we do is we talk about the upcoming budget for 2023, and we talk about what our plans are. And on each Sunday, a speaker comes and talks about their experience of why they give to the center. So that starts next Sunday. If you are a member of the center, and if you are also a member of the Giving Intention program, you'll be receiving an email shortly that talks about coming a little early so I can give you a blow-by-blow on the budget. I know it doesn't sound fun, but there will be a little food. So, otherwise known as bait. No, it's actually very interesting for some of us to know how money is spent here and what we do with it. So we'll keep you informed through these next 4 weeks, and we'll invite you to join the Giving Intention program. What is that? It's an ask for you to determine, depending on your budget, so it's really, really individual, if you would like to support the center on a monthly basis. And so it could be $5 a month, it could be $500 a month, depending on what you're able to give. And that way, that allows us to know if the budget we've prepared can actually move forward or not. And if it doesn't, then we start trimming different things, which I always hate doing and haven't had to do very much at all, thanks to your generosity. So there's a couple other things I wanted to just highlight for a minute. We have lots of things go on during the week. Many of them are CSL related and many of them are not. And so there's been a couple additions that I'm not sure you're aware of. We have in the CSL office on the second and fourth Thursdays from 6:30 to 8:30, a Reiki share. And that is put on by Jeremy Ferraro. And he's a lovely Reiki master who loves to have people share the gift of Reiki together. So you can go and do that. There is a longevity stick class that is absolutely free, and it's given by Wanda. And Wanda offers that on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 3 p.m. here in the sanctuary. And it was designed, if I'm not mistaken, by a monk, Buddhist monk? Vietnamese Buddhist monk. I think I've actually practiced it in Plum Village. And so that's happening, and it enhances the small muscles you don't know you have until you start doing longevity stick. We also have a Kundalini yoga, vibrational healing and meditation that happens Wednesdays at 4 p.m. and the second Saturday of every month, given by Renee over there. And we also have a new meditation and yoga option that is called Om Motion and Om Awaken, and it's given by Tracaya and her husband Tom. And let's see, that just started. So this is the first Saturday of every month, and it's by donation, and all the donations go to CSL. So those are things happening. They're on the website if you have questions, or many of the people that are giving them are here in the community. That's probably enough, huh? Yes, oh, Kat, thank you. I asked Kat if she would come up and give a brief announcement about, I asked Kat if they would come up and give an announcement about our youth group, because we have a youth group, and if you have youth in your life, we'd really like them to be involved.
Good morning. My name is Kat Wingerter. My pronouns are they, them. And I am an advisor for the teen program here at CSL Bellingham. And also I work with the teen program that's across the globe through Discord. Our program for the teens, 13 to 19, we meet on Sundays from 12 to 1 on Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, your teens do. So I'd be happy to, anyone who has a teen in your life, or you have a teenager, you have a teen grandchild, you have a teen nephew, niece, other, anything like that, come and talk to me after service. I'll tell you all about the program, how to get signed up on a Discord for them. They probably are already on it. But I'll walk you through what we do. We do meet on Sundays. We also have other activities we do. We have a movie night, we have a game night, we have a D&D night, and upcoming in January is Teen Winter Camp. It's a weekend where we're gonna go all hang out together in person at camp. So come and talk to me if you're interested in that, or if you have a teen that is interested in that, and I'll give you all the details.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thanks, y'all, for being here with us today. If you want to stand, we'll close out this service together with Instrument of Peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, where there is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I will love. There is hatred, I will love. Where there is sadness, I will bring joy. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. Let's sing, I am an instrument. I am an instrument of peace. I am an instrument. I am an instrument of peace. One more time. I am an instrument of peace. You all have a blessed week, and we'll see you again soon.